Joining us this morning is Doug Reichel. He's with Wine Marketing Incorporated as well, a guest to Saskatchewan and to Canada. We're welcoming Antonio as well. He is a winery owner, and we're going to learn more about that in a few minutes. But we're going to start off with you. Of course, you are joining us again after coming on the show a little bit earlier on, and your wealth of knowledge when it comes to wine is incredible. And so today we're focusing a little bit about Portuguese wine and why it's important that we dive into that, maybe something that some of us aren't really that familiar with.
Yeah, right, Rusty, you're so right. Well, the Portuguese have been growing grapes for 2,500 years.
Wow.
They've been making wine for about that long, and we're just waking up to that. And a couple of years ago, I realized, you know what, there's a whole world of incredible quality wines there that Saskatchewan needs to wake up to. And so began finding wineries and producers who were serious about quality wine in Portugal and began bringing them here. And that's why I'm particularly excited to have Antonio with us here in Saskatchewan and in Canada for the very first time to speak to some of the wine that is here in the province now from Portugal, namely the Medeiros, from the south of Portugal.
Right. So, Anthony, with that said, let's talk a little bit about what happens on your winery. Kind of explain the process. For those of us in Saskatchewan, you've seen what our weather is like and what we have here. We don't have any wineries like what you have there, of course.
Yeah, it's mainly because of the climate, of course. The climate. Now it's very cold. Would be very bad for our.
Yeah.
We need that cold in winter, but until February.
Yes.
And then from then on, we need that plants grow. Talking about this wine and our wines, we grow these vines very much organic. Oh yeah, completely organic. Focus because of the soil. We respect very much. That we have lots of birds. We have it's actually a bird sanctuary, very much like what you have up here.
Really?
Yes. Actually, the reason we have this label, it's we had two people in this kind of swimming pool. It was an old part of the estate. And we were seated there trying to talk and coming out, what would be the label? And for some reason, we couldn't listen properly each other. And there was so many birds and so much noise of the birds that 15 days later, they turned with this white, simple label with the birds.
With the birds.
So we thought that was it, and that's very much and everywhere you see our papers where you see these birds, and in another label we have that the name is Ares de Medeiros, which means breeze. We have also the birds, and because there is these birds come into Portugal.
Yes.
A lot into Medeiros, and then they moved on to the south of Spain as well, and then they would go to Germany
and travel.
Travel.
Yeah, and your wine is traveling. It's now in Saskatchewan, and you can probably attest to how well it's been received. This wine from Portugal has it been received? Are we getting a hold of it here in the province?
Yeah, very, very much so. In fact, we have our second or third shipment that has just arrived. It's the 2010, made of 4 big extrovert grapes: the Cabernet Sauvignon, the Syrah, a Touriga Nacional, which is a very important Portuguese grape, and the Tempranillo, which of course people may know from Spain. So these 4 big grapes come together in Antonio's wine, 12 months in French oak. And an exciting, not only is it coming into this market, Rusty, but it's beginning to come into the Australian market, Antonio says too. So Portugal invading Australia with wine, you know. So we love the idea.
So with this wine, it's really important how we drink the wine, and I know that you have something with you that you really want to explain the importance of pouring your wine and drinking it out of one of these.
Well, Antonio,
wines are all different. Some wines, if you decant it, you just kind of break their legs, but this one we very much recommend that it should be decanted, making a lot of bubbling.
Lots of bubbling.
So we'll help him to breathe, and you can, instead of waiting a couple of hours for him to open, you can start straighting.
Serving right away. Great.
You actually, we
Yeah,
have that,
and again, we don't, you know, Rusty, we don't need a fancy decanter. This is a Riedel decanter. You could have a stone pitcher. You could, whatever that just introduces air and allows the aromas to be released.
Yeah, and I can already smell how great it is.
Water
It's
jar
lovely.
is in there.
Yeah. Oh, that's really lovely. It's lovely this early in the morning, I'll tell you that. But it is going to be even more special.
It's a very important tasting, the morning tasting.
Really?
Yes, we do a lot of tasting in the morning. And especially the blend. It's where we mostly do our blends because you have your mouth clean from the night, you know. You get all these aromas and taste new.
I love that. Morning tasting and night tasting. People, of course, have the chance to speak with both of you.
We do a bit in the afternoon tasting as well. It is another taste. It's a different taste. But the mornings are very important.
Yes.
You know, we always do that very early in the morning.
So if you want to try this yourself, how can people see you?
Yeah, well, Antonio is tonight hosting a winemaker dinner at the Temple Garden Spa in Moose Jaw. I believe there's still a few tickets left if people want to contact the Moose Jaw Temple Garden Spa. And then on Sunday night here in Regina at the Artful Dodger. Antonio, we will be opening 4 wines and various foods with the chef at Artful Dodger. So come experience something of the richness of Portuguese wines.